Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV. We can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Shark Vision R Series 2 helmet, available at RevZilla.com. So in front of me, you can see the new Vision R. They've made some rolling changes for 2014. To my left, I have the original Vision R. And really what you're going to immediately note is the vent scheme is different. They've done this for two reasons. If I put them next to each other and you home in, you're going to see they're beefier. They changed the line of the helmet. The new Series 2 has a little bit more girth to it, a little bit more aggression. The original Vision R is a little bit more streamlined. Again, if I roll it to the side, you're going to see that very much pronounced. Now, outside of a style standpoint, you're also going to notice they did this from a functional standpoint. The way that you operate them with a gloved hand on your two top vents, as well as on your chin vent, is going to be much more positive from an interaction standpoint. So when you're utilizing it with your glove, you're going to be able to feel it. On the other one, it was a little bit too subtle. They were a little bit too small. Shark has made that rolling change. Now, I'm also going to call out the other key change for this year. What they've done here on the version 2, or the Series 2 version of this helmet, is they've modified your neck roll. Still all-encompassing. Still has this cinch here up the front to get a great tight seal. What they've done is they've given you this area of cutaway in the back to really tie in with your neck, really create an area of comfort and fit everybody's neck differently ergonomically. On the previous version, they had it solidly all the way around. They've also done away, they've added foil here, but they've done away with some of the reflectivity in here. Let me show you the old version. You're going to see how that ties together. Notice how this was solid here. They found that folks were finding less comfort with it, so they've modified it here on the new design. Outside of that, it's really the same helmet. And it's what I would consider in that $300 to $400 range to be a premium sport touring, but really universally oriented helmet. You're going to see a helmet that's great. It's DOT and ECE rated. You're going to rock it on the street. You're going to rock it touring, just about any body position. And one of the other key call-outs here that really sets it apart outside of the line and outside the premium nature on this tri-composite shell is going to be the drop-down sun visor. Now, if you see the drop-down sun visor, this is one of our favorite things about Shark's line, even when you get into something like the Speed R, which also has it, which is the more sport-oriented big brother. Drop down, anti-scratch, anti-fog, but notice how far it comes across. Great panoramic field of view, and this drop-down sun visor really feeds the entire area. Great dark smoke, alleviates the need for you to have to carry a second shield. Now I'm going to zip it up really quickly. Notice how that went. Notice how clean that was. Notice this action. It's extremely smooth, extremely strong, has that great premium feel to it. Again, I love this action. It's probably one of our favorite actions on a drop-down sun visor. It just doesn't feel chintzy. It feels well-designed, it feels beefy, it feels like it's quality, and it's gonna hold up over time. That's the thing I can't impress enough about these helmets. The fit and finish on the mid to high-end Shark line is tremendous. Remember, there is a baby brother, the S700, which is going to do a lot of things similarly well. Now, let's talk briefly about the fit scheme. Now, Shark tends to be, in some of their helmets, fit slightly differently. This guy's going to be what I would consider intermediate to neutral. It's going to be a little rounder in the top, but I'm not going to go as far as to saying it's a round helmet. So intermediate oval head shape, still a little bit longer front to back, but you are going to have more room in the temples, a little bit more room around the face. And remember, it uses that easy fit system, so this is going to be a great helmet that actually is designed to work with eyeglasses. Keep that in mind. Now, if you're concerned about fit, remember, we ship for free over 40 bucks. If you need to exchange anything, it's super, super painless, no restocks. And as I move forward through this Inko graphic and really detail the rest of the Shark Vision R Series 2, click here, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV, leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback on our YouTube channel. I'm constantly rolling out new videos. Now, let's work from the outside in. Tri-composite matrix, we called it out as ECE, DOT rated. It's going to be light, 3 pounds, 8 ounces. I dig it. That's lightweight for a helmet that especially has this integrated drop-down sun visor system. Notice that it is a very sport but also universal type of a scheme here, so it'll work in a lot of positions. I called that out already. And remember, that vent scheme is going to be beefed up. It has that aggression to the outside of the helmet. Again, passive venturi vent around here in the back that's going to act as that extractor to pull air through the helmet and extract it off of your head, keeping you cool, keeping you comfortable. And then if I move to the front, again, you're going to have your main chin vent. Not a ton of venting on this helmet, and I will call this out. If you're one of those guys that sweats profusely, or if you live in an arid climate that's going to keep you hot all the time, there are helmets out there that do vent a little better. I think it vents decently, but it doesn't vent at an 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10, or a 10 out of 10, like some of the other helmets we do carry that venting is their strong suit. I think this helmet does tremendous amount of things very, very well. Venting, though, is not in that upper echelon of performance here with the new Shark Vision R Series 2. Now, if we look at some of the other features, what I dig about it, notice you have detents, strong detents on your shield mechanism. It's polycarb shield, it's strong. What I love about this is one of the most simple shield change mechanisms I've ever seen. If we turn it up like that, and you just pull, it comes right out. Very, very simple in its design. Notice it's not ready for a pin lock, that's okay, but notice this is one of the most simple mechanisms I've ever seen, because to put it back on, you're just snapping it back into place. I mean, there's literally nothing to it. And honestly, I know that there's so many mechanisms that so many other manufacturers do. This is probably one of the easiest I've ever seen. Honestly, your grandmom's gonna be able to do it, and I hope your grandmom rides. Now, if you look into the eye-port gasket, they use what they call auto seal. You see this on other Shark helmets. It works really, really well. What it does is create this big gasket that's rounded. It adds a little bit of volume to it, and when the shield comes down and locks in, it actually flattens that gasket and creates a better seal by way of better surface area and better coverage. They do this really well, and you're also going to notice there's a city position here along the right, and it's spring-loaded. So what I do is I'd reach out with my left finger, I'd pop it just like that, and it would sit, give me that crack that's gonna defog as I move around the back of the helmet. You can get a clean shot here. Remember, this is the Inko graphic, comes in different colors. Let's go there, let's go from there, let's dive into the inside. So I'm gonna pull up my donut. It's not Shark branded. I'm not gonna tell you what brand it is. They all get sad when I do that. But we already looked briefly at the bottom. Notice you do have this chin curtain. You do have this solid neck roll. Create that great seal. Depending on the collar, depending on your position on the bike, depending on your windscreen, it's going to offer wind noise differently. But having this bigger collar that cinches things in gives you a better chance to eliminate some of the noise that would just come up by virtue of high-speed air going under your neck. Now, if I pull everything out, it is removable. It's antimicrobial, it's antibacterial. I will say it is not the bamboo liner that we see from the Speed R or the Race R Pro, but it is nice, it is comfy, and it is solid. Gonna pull this bad boy out. Everything comes right out from the bottom here. Notice, there's my neck roll. Notice here in the back, it's fully finished all the way around. That is one of the things I really dig about the Shark stuff. It's the fit and the finish. They don't miss the details. Again, you're paying over 300 bucks. You want that, but some guys out there aren't doing that. They're kind of skimping. They are not doing that here on Shark. Now, if we look at it, notice the hole here in the back of the EPS. That's for your Shark Tooth system. So you can use the integrated OEM Shark Tooth Bluetooth communicator kit. All of the new Shark models are coming with that. Double D-ring. And if I pull out my very, very comfy cheek pads, you're going to notice there's the antimicrobial treatment that's baked in here. And if I turn it around, one of the very cool things they've done is they've given you a cutaway around the ear, and they have a cutaway inside the helmet. And what that allows you to do is actually slide the Bluetooth communicator, whether it's Shark Tooth or a third party, in behind and just lock it into place so you don't have to Velcro it, you don't have to stick it in and hope it doesn't move on you. Again, that's a nice touch. And notice how easy that cheek pad came out. I'm gonna remove both sides here. Both sides come out. And now I have my interior lining. And you're gonna see as I pop it out, everything's removable, it's washable. Remember, on a sweaty hot day of riding, you can take your neck roll out, you can run it under some water, let it air dry for about 10 minutes, and you should be good to go. Now, as I pull it out, one of the things I like that's making it a little tougher for me to pull it out is that they've done the connection point at the front of the helmet it's along the brow, and it connects helmet to helmet. There's no snaps at your forehead to create a pressure point. Notice it is a 3D comfort liner, and notice I still have that antimicrobial antibacterial treatment that's kind of baked in. Again, we're seeing most helmet companies get better and better over time at doing some of these premium features. As you get over that $250 range, again, they're becoming table stakes or par for the course. Shark just knocks them out of the park. They listen, they iterate. And notice the other two snaps along the occipital ridge. You're gonna see it underneath the helmet. Now, the last thing I am gonna call out is I like Shark's EPS design. It gives you this almost heat sink quality where you have these cutaways that don't diminish any of the protective properties in the EPS, which is designed to absorb and minimize impact, but what it does is it allows your head to breathe. It allows that air to circulate. I did call out that from a venting scheme, meaning the air coming into the helmet. This is not one of my favorite helmets that I've ever seen, but I do like the fact that they give you an EPS that's really optimized to allow your head to breathe. Again, remember, all that heat needs to escape from your head, you know, especially in summertime riding, regardless if you're just a person who tends to run hot. Remember, within the Shark line, as I said earlier, this is gonna be really a staple helmet. Any type of riding, you shouldn't be disappointed. There are graphics, there are solids. You're starting over that $300 mark. If you want to step up to the Speed R, you're looking at integrated drop-down sun visor, but again, you're getting a little more sporty, and the S700 is a little bit more of a backed-off feature set, a little bit more amenable to a lighter budget, depending on how you want to invest. But again, you can consider this an endorsement from me. I like the fact that Shark continues to iterate on their helmets, and I think you're getting a lot of quality out of this bad boy. Just make sure an intermediate to neutral overhead shape is going to be the best for you. So remember, the next step in your journey is to click right here, read other rider reviews of the Shark Vision R Series 2 at RevZilla.com. Remember, you don't have to take my word for it. As always, we're going to ship for free. And if you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Don't forget to subscribe to us at RevZilla TV. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.